And 4 years ago, Homeland Security bought these giant mobile 18-wheelers that they're now setting up on highway checkpoints. It's now happening. And they just have you walk through them and naked body scan you. And that's not enough. They randomly ask you questions to see if you're a terrorist with some quack brain reading machine that picks up facial expressions. And they get these minimum wage employees and have them read a book and take a 6-hour class on facial expressions. And I had one of these idiots at the Austin TSA a few months ago come over and go, "You're a troublemaker, Alex Jones." And I thought it was a joke. It was so pathetic and worm-like. I started laughing at the guy. I thought it was a joke. And he goes, "No, you are a troublemaker. Where are you going? What you doing?" And I just answered his question to be amiable. I wasn't in the mode of, "Hey, none of your business, idiot." And then he was like trying to act like I was doing something and looking at me. And I go, "Oh, you're doing your behavioral thing. You're God now, huh? Statistically, you're getting cancer from the scanners. Statistically, you guys have incredible high crime rates of robbing, raping, stealing from people. Don't sit there on your goody two-shoes throne where you, the government, are good and I'm bad." That's what it's all about. It's about this crook government teaching us we have to lay under them and put up with all their garbage and suck their boots whenever they say, and as they suck off on us with their taxes and all their regulations and all their bugging their eyes out at us, and cops strutting around everywhere trying to intimidate the public. This isn't what a free country looks like. It's what a rat-infested third world cesspit looks like. You guys aren't protecting America. You're helping deep six it for the traitor bankers that have taken over this country. And I'm sick of you, and I want you out. Man, I'm getting angry. And in case you think I'm joking, here's the CBS New York minion as we analyze this propaganda up there telling you it's secret and you don't know. And he's kind of getting off on it, the body language, like, ooh, he's part of the system. And ooh, it's so good to bootlick and be all part of it. Like, if you just join it, if you just have a good little attitude about it, you're on the winning team. I mean, you want to be on the winning team. Oh, look how America's winning under globalism. It's falling apart. Oh, Al Gore said Nafta and Gal were going to be great in 94. Oh, yeah, and he invented the internet, too. And he lays golden eggs under your Christmas tree. He's a Christmas Easter bunny. I mean, it's all a bunch of slime. Here is the teleprompter reader, and the controllers load in. Act happy and satisfied. They have little cues for them. And the best news readers are the ones that, in a dog-like way, follow all the orders of their controllers. And then they can nationally write the script and have all the little regurgitators. They're trained vomit heads. Vomit. The big New World Order mama bird vomits the lies in their mouth, and then they vomit them back on us. And then when you're around the water cooler or whatever, the local chicken neck vomits it back on you because they're real smart. Because they repeat what the sitcom or drama or news show told them. It's real great to have radiation beams shooting up and down the street, and it shows images of naked people walking around the street, because that's what a free country does. With telescreens everywhere saying, don't trust your neighbors in the Walmarts and other places. I mean, okay, here it is. Here's the clip.
Could soon be getting a virtual pat-down as you walk down the street and not even know about it. The NYPD is testing new technology that would secretly scan pedestrians for weapons. CBS2's Hazel Sanchez shows us why privacy advocates say this crosses the line.
Oh, it crosses the line. No, let's stop right there. They crossed the line a long time ago. They crossed the line in 1913, letting a private bank take our country over. I'm going to go out to break and come back with your calls. I meant to go to them earlier. This isn't a radio show, folks. It's not an act. It's not some talk show host with a big bloated ego. I know I'm in a scientific matrix grid in the early phases of being inserted into an extermination system. I've got all their documents, all their statements. I'm watching them carry it out right on time. I know I'm 100% right. I wish I wasn't right. I want to turn this around before it's too late. We won't have time to play it all, but this compares Mitt Romney to Hitler as similar statements. I'll have to get to it later. We're not going to have time now to get to it. Let's just go to a call as we go to break here. Rob in North Carolina, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex. How you doing?
Oh, I'm I'm around a bunch of zombies. I don't know.
I appreciate you taking my call. I want to say keep up the laughter, because I think in all the insanity, it actually helps listeners get through some of this crap that we're seeing. So,
oh, is it crazy in Dallas that they went in the pants and in the underwear of Miss USA and actually went into her body? I mean, isn't that freedom? I mean, should the national flag be someone being strip searched?
I tell you, I'm not flying anymore. Ever since the TSA have been...
They don't care. They got control freak pervs who couldn't get a job at McDonald's who are just going to pull you over, and they're going to get their hands on your wife and children. This is about pervert submission and about child pedophile training by the pot-bellied demons in little blue monkey outfits.
But anyway... That's
what the TSA is. It's like the Wicked Witch in Wizard of Oz, the flying demons. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I had a few things, obviously...
Well, stay there. I'll just come back to you, Rob. Holy mackerel, excuse me. Oh, boy, I am really getting angry right now. Oh, my goodness. I am trying to I can't take the insanity anymore. I mean, it is crazy. I mean, it is crazy. Cop pulls you over and wants to search your car for drugs. Hey, cop, your boss has shipped the stinking stuff in, and you know it.
That's the sound of...
Oh, we just need to stop being comfortable with all this. I mean, they're federalizing everything. They're saying they can secretly arrest you and have you disappear. They're saying they want to openly shut down the internet and shut down websites with no due process. They've stolen tens of trillions of taxpayer money. Mega banks that are Ponzi scheme criminals run the society, and they're all a bunch of eugenicists talking about how we deserve to live like slaves because there's too many of us. And I hear idiots who are having their standard of living destroyed saying, well, there are too many of us. There's so many people that fantasize that they're with the power structure because they just decide to go along with it. That's like if you got dropped off in the middle of the African savannah and ran up to some lions and said, eat me, as if you were happy to be eaten, that made you somehow, with the lions. Let's go back to Rob in North Carolina. Rob, go ahead and make a point.
Oh, thanks again. There's a few things on my radar. I'd like to say that I moved from Michigan down to North Carolina this year, and there's definitely a huge difference as far as the number of people that talk about what's going on and are awake to what's going on. And thank God I kind of followed my dream, and we moved down here. And this is the place where I need to be, because I'm telling you, there's definitely pockets of this country that are definitely more awake than others. And I hope, I'm kind of, slowly passing along everything that I'm learning to the people that are at least, open to listening to it, because there's a lot of people that don't want their heads in the dirt, so. But
you're saying that you're finding more people awake in North Carolina than you found in Michigan.
Oh, I'm telling you, my friends up in Michigan, they pretty much disown me. And down here, and we didn't move because...
So when you talk about the Bill of Rights and Constitution, that's evil in America. Yeah, we're the bad guys.
No, I talked about 9/11 because, I remember that day when Building 7 came down. I was eating dinner. I'm like, what the hell happened
I've
there?
got police on tape saying, get back, they're going to blow it up. And I talked to the deputy head of emergency management. He said, yeah, they blew it up. And so they killed him a few weeks later. I even interview people. Hey, you're the deputy head. Yeah, they blew it up. Oh, they killed him. Oh, no big, I've had quite a few guests they killed. The D.C. madam. I told her on air. I said, they're probably going to kill you. A month later, dead. I murdered her. The New World Order is really nice people, though. Everything's fine, yeah. I'm supposed to just ignore all the news feeds of cops saying, get back, they're blowing up the building. Yeah, I'm just supposed to ignore that, yeah.
It's coming down, run away.
And then I talked to the actual cops who were on the video in New York. I ended up going to New York, and meeting them. Meeting the cops who were on video, on TV. They're like, yeah, there was a countdown, and the feds told us they weren't supposed to tell us there was a countdown, but for our safety, they nicely told us they were going to blow it up, get back. I mean, I'm talking to cops who saw it. They blew it up. They said on the news they blew it up. National news said they blew it up. And I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, well, buildings fall down like that. It's, physics is different in New York, okay? So let's get real. That's the way it is in New York. Buildings fall down.
and 2 passports were found in the rubble that day. And if you believe that, I mean, those passports are made of stuff tougher than Thor's hammer, than the devil's derriere. I mean, these are the hardest things on the planet. I mean, that's reasonable that the plane flew in and that out of their jackets, they exploded in the flame through the building, down to the ground with the collapse of the buildings and the 5 feet of dust and all the bedlam, and were found that day. That's totally reasonable, sir. And if you don't believe it, you're crazy.
That's like a needle in a haystack. It's an easy thing to do.
Oh, sir, come on. The government loves you.
Hey, there's 2 people that I've kind of heard, I've been listening to your show quite a while. I read her book, Dr. Judy Wood. She actually discusses energy-filled weapons that she theorizes that were used on 9/11. And, for a long time I thought it was nanothermite that brought the buildings down. Well, let me just be clear, because I'm going to break, and then I'll come back with other calls, and Dr. Blaylock. I have never criticized preemptively people that get into speculative theories about 9/11. And not even so much her, but others out of the gates attacked me and said, 5 years ago, you won't cover this. And so, I mean, automatically it's like convert to this idea. I just go with 9/11 what I can prove. The hijackers, according to even mainstream media, were trained at U.S. bases and were protected by the CIA and Mossad. Now, that's a fact. And there's all these other facts. I stick to what I can prove that proves the official story is a fairy tale.
We're on the march.
Okay, here's the deal. I will get to Greg, Ed, Michael, Nate, and everybody else that's holding as soon as we start the 3rd hour. Then I'll get back into all the other news I haven't covered yet and how the system plans to censor the internet and basically consolidate it into something that is unrecognizable. If you go to Infowars.com right now, at the very top of the page, we have a banner that says stop the SOPA, stop the PIPA, all of these admitted internet kill switch type systems. And it says join the fight, click here now, a big activist page with copies of the legislation and all the facts. And if you also go to the front page of Infowars.com, it's not just at the top right-hand corner, but it's also there in the featured news section. SOPA, PIPA battle rages. Tell Congress we will not accept censorship. SOPA co-sponsors defect, backtrack after blackout. Steve Watson has an article. Iran threatens to torpedo U.S. aircraft carriers. That is on the official Iranian news sites. That's a really crazy escalation. TSA is not planning to test employees for radiation. They said they were. Now they've backtracked. New York moves to deploy body scanners on street and search for guns. And a key article by Paul Watson, The Secret Behind SOPA, where the globalists admit it's about censorship. That's just some of what's up at Infowars.com right now. Now, popping in via video Skype for Prisonplanet.tv viewers and audio for radio listeners is Dr. Russell Blaylock. He is a retired board-certified neurosurgeon author. He's a former clinical assistant professor